Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another weekly forecast and review. My name's Dion, and today I'm going through AU as I do every single week. I'm going to go through what happened last week, and I'm going to talk about what I think could happen next week. So, to sum it up, last week it was a bullish week, as we can see by the bullish candle here. Now, we did have many rejections to the 0.776. It was a very strong resistance, and I feel like it was a little bit too obvious of a resistance for, I'm sure everyone would have seen this resistance, and lots of people would have been going short here. Now, when things are this obvious, I've learned to sort of do the opposite, but in this case I didn't do the opposite. I actually didn't do anything at all. I had like one short trade, but yeah, pretty much as you can see here on the daily, we did have this area of consolidation. Price was ranging for quite a bit here. So price was consolidating at a resistance. It was around here, and it was sort of in the middle of this weekly area. As I just mentioned, when positions are a little bit too obvious, it's good to be very wary about that, because this is where a lot of the new traders fall into the traps. They see a very obvious support or a very obvious resistance, and they trade accordingly, but things aren't that easy, and usually they'll get taken out by a fake out or whatever. Now, this is what I think that this bullish candle is. I do feel like this could be a fake out, and I'll tell you why. Because we did see the rejection from the 8,000, we did continue making lower highs and lower lows. And then we found a strong resistance up in this area here over the past week or two. So this was a very obvious area for people to be going short. And since it was so obvious, I'm sure many people were placing shorts around this area. And this push up, this strong push up above this resistance, I do feel like this is just that move which wipes everyone out before reversing back, and everyone's like losing their minds because they're like, oh, I knew it was going this way, but I got taken out and now it's continuing in my favor, whatever. It's happened to me enough times to sort of recognize what's going on here and understand that just because it's bullish here over the past week, I mean, don't get me wrong, there still is the opportunity, there still is the chance a price might hit the 8,000 level, but that depends on this. Because we broke above a strong resistance, when we're above it, resistance flips the support. So let's say, price broke above, say it stops wherever, stops here, and when price, if it does decide to retest, which it does not need to have a retest before continuing upwards, for all I know, price might just continue very bullish and go up and touch the 8,000. But if we do see a pullback and we see a strong rejection to this area of support, and then we see price come back up and break the previous high, which is this one, in that case, yes, I do feel like price could make its way up to the 8,000 level. But there's many different things which could happen in this scenario. Like I just mentioned, could go straight up. We could see a high being created before a pullback into this support before breaking back up. Or what we could see is price continuing structure. It could break back down below here. It could set itself up with treating this weekly level as a resistance before breaking back down to the downside. And I've got my target set to here, the 0.755. I think that's a 0.7555 or something. Anyway, yeah, pretty much around here where the last low was. So that's definitely something that could happen too. So what am I going to wait for this week? Like, what's going to dictate if I place trades or not? Well, just as I mentioned, we are in this area where I am speculating that this move was a fake out. And I feel like price could continue to the downside. So I'm going to keep my eye on this area here. So pretty much I'm not taking any longs until I see the scenario I just talked about, which was price stops, it pulls back, a very strong rejection to this support, and then price breaks back above the previous high. In that case, I would be feeling bullish, and depending on how price sets itself up, I will may or may not take this trade. So I'm looking really at the 0.78. It really depends how it reacts to there. If price shoots back down strongly past the 0.78 and we do get like a daily closure or something, preferably below the weekly level, in that case, I will continue aiming for shorts. Even better if price closes below 0.77. But to keep it nice and simple, I'm genuinely just being very wary of what happens in this area here, in the 0.78. Is it going to break right through, or is it going to bounce? Depending on what it does there, that will dictate the trades I place. Now, I feel like these videos just aren't enough. Like one video a week on what I think will happen before the week has started is not enough, because the next day, something drastic could happen and it could change my entire view, my entire analysis on what I think could happen. So if any of these, pretty much I'm going to post this video, and if price continues to sort of move the way I said it would move, I'm not going to make an update. But if I see a drastic change or whatever, and I decide to reanalyze and rethink all my decisions, like where am I going to short, long, or whatever, I will actually make another video. Doesn't matter if it's going to have to be every day, if I need to change my mind every day. I will make another video to keep you guys updated as well as I can. Because at the moment, you guys are just seeing my thoughts at the beginning of the week. You don't really see my thoughts throughout the week until the end of the week, where it's a bit too late. So pretty much if I change my mind on something, if I see something else, I will make another video and upload it as quick as I can, so you guys can stay as updated as you can, pretty much. Now, why did price bounce off the 0.77 and fly up? Let's go over to the dollar index. As you can see here, we did see this double top sort of formation form after the bounce from this trend line. And it was after this double top here, price was very bearish, and then we found this little area here. So price started consolidating slightly just at the trend line, and then we saw a massive drop through. This break through the trend line and the last low, that is what pushed AU up. So according to the dollar index, let's see what's going on with the dollar index, because they can give us clues as to what will happen with AU. Right now, big bearish, very big bearish movements. We still haven't reached the last low, so there's a few like this could happen. Price could continue down to the last low before making its way back up if it does find an area of support. So if price does continue bearish towards this area of support, I'll just drag it out because it looks like it's relevant here too. What that's going to do is that's going to keep AU going up. And if we see a rejection to this level and it starts heading back up, that's what's going to push AU down. Now, I do feel like this area could be correlated with the 8,000 level. Maybe not so high up, but this support on the AU charts, it could be a resistance somewhere. I don't know the exact number. So if we do see a break past this and we still see lower highs, lower lows being created for AU, what that's going to do is just keep pushing it up. It's going to keep sending it up. So if I want to make any bearish, if I want to short AU, I want to see strong bullish movements on the dollar index. So at the moment, all I'm seeing is very bearish, very bearish movements. So at the moment, I'm not really too keen on shorting AU until I see another setup take place. But yeah, I think that's about it. I'm just going to keep my eye out on that area, the 0.78 I think it was, and depending how it reacts to that area, that's going to dictate the trades I make. But yeah, it really depends how the market moves. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it brought you guys some sort of value. If you have any sort of comments, suggestions, or questions, drop it in the comment section. I'll get back to you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.